Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. Let's go, everybody. Come on.
Day 9.
Day 9. It is here upon us. Day 9.
Day 9.
Day 9. Day 9 of
On
28
the ninth
days.
day of lives, my true love gave to me black raspberry LaCroix.
Tonight's episode sponsored by LaCroix Black Raspberry Sparkling Water, naturally essenced for your taste buds.
0 calorie, 0 sweetener, 0 sodium. Innocent.
Yes. So, cheers to LaCroix. Table Talk with LaCroix.
Yeah.
Also brought to you by Evernote.
Yeah.
Do your notes need a home?
Mine do.
Evernote is for you.
Search it fast.
Up with a plan for everybody, from free, personal, even enterprise.
Did you
Visit evernote.com.
Did you look at the
No.
you just know it?
Well, I got an email that my price went up, so I know how much it costs now.
Dang.
It almost doubled.
That's wild.
It was like 49.
Is it worth it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's 80?
$83.99 a year.
Wow.
But a year's not that much.
It's not that much. But you know what is worth it?
What? LaCroix.
LaCroix.
Naturally. Is this too try hard to get a sponsor?
No.
No, I think it's kind of funny. Well, what's up, everybody?
It's
Day
easy.
9 of 28 Days Live. What are you talking about, 28 Days Live? I'm going live every day in February.
Yep.
Megan's joined me for many.
Yeah.
We've had other guests join for several. Been a lot of fun. Some are short, some are long, some are helpful, some are entertaining. You just never know. We dressed up for you guys tonight. I know it's 10:37 p.m. in Central Standard Time,
Yeah.
but we dressed up for you tonight.
Yeah, we did.
But
I
actually,
thought I'd just wear red lipstick for you too.
yeah, she put earrings on and everything. It was like, let's do this thing. But no, really, we had a banquet tonight. The annual Norman Chamber Awards banquet. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was fun. Got to see a lot of people,
Yeah.
you know.
Got to see some old coworkers, some current coworkers,
Some old friends, made some new friends.
old friends, new friends.
Let's go.
Yep.
Okay. How was your day? Anything you learned today? That's kind of what I've been doing on the lives. It's just like, hey, here's something I learned today, or
I don't know that I learned anything.
Oh.
Well, I mean, sure, you learn something new every day.
yeah.
Well, I learned that my kids are kind of becoming like little mini me's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How so?
Well, just waiting to start projects until the last possible minute. So I get home from work at like 5:30. Do a couple of things, you know, just chilling for a few minutes until we have to get ready for this banquet. We were going to leave the house at 6:10.
Do you do this with the AirPod case? Like flip the lid open?
I do.
It's
To
like,
get to the banquet at 6:30. And at 5:50, Hadley says, Mom, we need to go to the store to get supplies for my Valentine's Day box that I have to make for tomorrow.
ugh.
And we were supposed to leave in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I was like, And then Hart comes in and he's like, Mom, I need a hula hoop. I'm doing a hula hoop challenge tomorrow. for
We're
the
like, what?
Assembly, and I need a hula hoop. And I'm like, they don't have hula hoops.
And we're like,
here."
you hula hoop?
Yeah.
Never seen the kid hula hoop in my
Never even
life.
seen him hula hoop.
He's
in
like,
my
you want to
life."
see what I'm doing? He starts doing like tricks and stuff.
Oh my. Like,
We're like, what?
he's like legit a good hula hooper.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, I will say this. You went and got supplies.
we went and got supplies.
And
I had a terrible attitude about it first,
Yeah.
and then I got called out on it.
Yeah.
So I changed my attitude, and we went and we got the supplies.
And the box turned out phenomenal.
Yeah, it did.
I was looking at it. I have it right here. Can I show them?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So this, my friends, is our special guest tonight. Say hello to Jeff Bezos, the axolotl.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeffrey Bezos. Hadley has a squishmallow that looks like this, like just like this. And for some reason, she named it Jeffrey Bezos.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But this box turned out really good. Like the hole's right here.
She
put the Valentines in there.
She did really good. And my mom came over and watched the kids while we went to the banquet, and she helped her, which I was super
Come on,
thankful
man.
for.
If you're live with us, you need to be saying like, wow, that looks amazing. If you're watching the replay, let my daughter know she crushed it. Because that is phenomenal.
And just clap for her right now.
I'm legit. Clap for her?
Clap for her.
Let's go, Hadley. You crushed this one.
Nailed it.
Hadley Brooke Sanchez. I was like, wow, that's really good.
Same. How was your day? Anything you learned today?
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Well, I had a thought today of like, so sometimes I've talked about reflection, how reflection, when you reflect, it helps you become aware of what needs to be repeated and what needs to be reframed.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing some reflection this morning, and I kept thinking to myself, like, why do I hesitate on things sometimes? You know what I mean? Like, have you ever met somebody that's just like, it seems like they have no reservations about anything. It's just like, what kind of sparked it was when we had Maurice with us the other day, and we were talking about soccer, and she was just like, yeah, like the sport's always evolving. It always changes. Like, why wouldn't you adapt to that? Like just so matter of fact, like there's people who don't do that. I'm not natural. I'm like a first adopter type person. Like I will change, but there's also times where I've like, oh, why did I not do that? Whether it's a business idea or something I felt like the Lord spoke to me, and then you hear it elsewhere and you're like, oh my gosh, why did I hesitate in doing that? Like with reservations, whatever. So I'm kind of reflecting on that. And one of the things that I was thinking about was like, I think a lot of us fall into this trap when we hesitate. We want to, I know I do, I want it to be all put together before I put it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I want to put out the finished product. And what I'm learning is that that's not a reality. Because, I mean, do your due diligence. You should get all the knowledge you can on something, Yeah. But sometimes we hesitate and we wait because we want to have it all put together before.
Yeah.
And I'm not old, but I've lived enough life to know that some things. So I wrote this down. It says, you will learn as much, if not more, through experience, because there are things you only learn from experience. There are things for you to learn right now that you are not even aware you need to learn.
Wow.
Like, think about that. I mean, we've felt that way before. Like, I remember when we first moved to Miami, and man, we had a great leader there. And we'd do these whiteboard sessions. You remember those?
Yes.
We'd sit at the whiteboard and he'd just write on this thing for like 3 hours, And man, I remember like in some of those meetings, like getting in trouble for things that I didn't do or whatever, And I remember like thinking in my head, I didn't even know. Like that wasn't even registered. That wasn't even on my radar.
Yeah.
That I was missing that, And that's kind of what this statement says is like, there are things that for you to learn right now that you are not even aware you need to learn. So even if you got all the knowledge that you think you could, there's things that you don't even know you need to learn that will only come through not just learning, but experience. Like, so there's things you don't even know you need to learn that you'll only learn through experience.
Yeah.
So really this idea of getting it all put together is not even realistic. Because there's things you don't even know that you need to learn.
Yeah.
Until you go through it.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
It does.
And so I think, I mean, hopefully I'm not the only one that hesitates sometimes when I'm trying to put something together, or like, you know, we're working on some coffee concept and some different stuff right now. You know, it's like, well, it has to be this and that and this and that. And there's certain things that you have to have. But on the other hand, some things are just going to come through experience,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
So if you're hesitating, like if you're not starting because you don't have it all put together, do your due diligence,
Mm-hmm.
gather as much as you can, be smart. And it's the same thing spiritually too.
Yeah.
You know, you could apply this principle across the board, you know.
Yeah.
Just because you don't fully understand God doesn't mean that it's not real, because there are things about God that you will never know until you experience it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so if you just sit on the banks trying to understand it and learn it, you'll never understand it if you don't experience it.
Yeah.
And sadly, a lot of people, there are a lot of people that have been in church their whole life, that have heard all the pastors, that listen to all this stuff. But the reality is if you're not experiencing those things, you're just taking in more information without ever experiencing it.
Mm-hmm.
You're limiting the full experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or like business, I wrote this: knowledge gets it started, experience and process perfect it.
Good.
And again, that could be spiritual, that could be anything. Like the knowledge gets you started, but the experience and process are what's going to perfect that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just because there's no way you can know it all
Yeah.
when you start. So don't hesitate. Like
Yeah.
start, because experience is often a greater teacher than getting knowledge
Uh-huh.
by learning. Does that make sense?
It does.
Anything to add to that?
No, I mean, I think like just the first thing that comes to my mind is like making a recipe. Like if you want to make something, like there's this thing, our coffee concept, what we're
Yeah.
wanting to do. You know, if we just kept waiting until, we're wanting to go and get some training for this concept,
Yeah.
and it's like we could wait until we go and we have this experience of getting this perfect concept. And if we miss even starting it, trying it ourselves, like you miss sort of like the little steps and little things that you learn, like you said,
Yeah.
in the process of it,
Yeah.
versus just waiting until you have this perfect scenario.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's in the trial and error that you really perfect it,
Absolutely.
And
you're like, oh,
yeah.
and that's
you
okay.
tweak little things and you do little things and you're like, okay, well, I don't like that, but I like this and this. Oh my gosh, this just made it amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's okay. Like I do like side hustle, social media stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And when you take on a new client, it's like you gather the information from them of what they like, what they're going for, what they see,
Mm-hmm.
and you give that to them, but you don't wait to create a perfect reel or a perfect
Yeah.
post or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you post and then you ask for feedback. I liked this and I liked that and I liked this. Could we try this color? Could we do that?
Uh-huh.
So it's like, as you're doing it, you're perfecting and you're honing in on what each client is looking for or wants, or, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You're doing your due diligence, but you don't just create the perfect thing out of the box.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Each one you learn more and you learn more if you lean into it.
Yeah.
And so that was a thought I had today, like learning versus experiencing.
Yeah.
And I would say most people lean towards learning. Well, I want to understand it before I step into it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a level of that you need to understand.
Yeah.
I mean, parenting, marriage, you can prepare all you want for marriage or parenting, and you're not ready.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that to scare people who are like, oh man, I've never had kids.
Yeah.
Or getting married.
Well, it's like you can read all the books.
And it's helpful.
Yeah. Reading all the books is great. Like
Yeah.
you can read all the books and stuff, but like until you're actually in it, experiencing it, like.
I mean, you even tweak the knowledge that you got from the book based on your experience.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And so I would say most people, especially, depending on where you live, but like where we live in a university town. So knowledge is very important. Understanding is very important to people. Things work very logical, which is good. I'm not asking you to abandon logic.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, is it possible that there's things that you could learn from experiencing versus just learning? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
And the answer is yes. I'll give you the answer. Yes.
Yes.
There are things that you need to learn right now that you don't even know you need to learn. And you'll only learn them from going and doing the thing.
Yeah.
Right?
So, right. It's good.
I don't know if I learned it today, but as I was reflecting, it was a thought that I had of like.
You realized it.
Like, man, what is wrong with just perfecting it in process?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Progress over perfection.
Yeah. Just do it.
And perfection is such like a farce anyway. Like
there's no such thing.
There isn't.
It's a moving target. You'll never hit it.
Yep.
So, anyways, did you have anything else? 10:51 p.m. We need to go to bed.
I'm ready for bed.
I'm singing at a funeral tomorrow. That's exciting. Haven't pulled out old guitar in a while.
Oh, Get Fiddle?
Little Get Fiddle. Gonna pull him out, sing me a little song.
What are you singing?
Amazing Grace.
How sweet the sound.
That's saved.
Wretch
like me.
I used to think it was a ranch.
A ranch?
Saved a ranch like me.
That's funny.
When I was little.
There's a... oh, what's up, TJ Lawson? Good to meet you at Star. It was great to meet you, man. Absolutely. That's TJ was Hart's coach. Yeah. So great to meet you, TJ. Thanks for jumping on here, man.
Did y'all meet at Starbucks today?
Had to have been today. Was that today?
I don't know.
It's been a long day. It's the other day. I'm going to go with TJ. The other day. That could be today. That could be yesterday. That could be any day. If you're there a lot, there's a good chance I'll run into you at some point.
Yep.
Egg bites. Egg white and roasted red pepper. Let's go.
Sous vide.
They're good.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think we're going to call it a night. This is day 9 of 28 Days Live. We'll be back tomorrow. TJ said it was yesterday. Wow. This is just proof that
it's been a day.
That I need to go to bed.
I'm sorry. This is so rude to yawn.
Yeah.
I just can't help it. I'm sorry.
Rude. So, man, listen, whatever you're sitting on, whatever you're hesitating on, go do it.
Yep.
Like, get the knowledge, do your due diligence, but do not sit on it until it's perfected, because the experience and process is what's going to perfect it. Whether that's business, whether that's your hesitations on God, whatever that is. Let's do it, man. Nobody wants to just say, what are you going to hit? Let's go! There it is. Let's go. Let's go. So we'll be back here tomorrow for day 10. We're going to do this for 28 days.
Yep.
Sometimes we'll have good stuff to say. Sometimes it'll be like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yep.
But anyways, thanks for jumping on, guys.
Yep.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.